Part 1. The Beginning. The Encounter. In a small village that lay quietly at the edge of a vast forest, there lived a boy named Min. He was about 12 years old, with bright eyes that always seemed full of curiosity. Min didn't have many friends, since most children in the village were busy helping their parents with farm work. Instead, he often spent his free time wandering into the forest, which felt like his own secret world. The forest wasn't far from his home, just a 15-minute walk, and he would find himself stepping onto the cool dirt path shaded by towering trees. Whenever he entered, it was as though he had crossed into another realm. Birds chattered overhead, butterflies danced in the air, the smell of damp leaves and earth filled his nose, and the wind played through the branches with a soft whisper. For Min, the forest wasn't simply a place to explore. It was a companion, always ready to embrace him in silence. One summer morning, when the sun had just risen above the distant mountains, Min set out again. He carried a small basket, planning to collect some wild fruits for his mother. Dew still clung to the leaves, soaking his canvas shoes as he walked, but he didn't mind. His heart always leapt with joy whenever he heard the chorus of birdsong or breathed in the earthy fragrance of the woods. As he crouched to search for ripe berries among the bushes, Min suddenly caught a sound. It wasn't the song of a bird or the rustle of leaves. It was something softer, weaker, like a faint cry. He froze, listening carefully. There it was again, a tiny whimper that seemed to come from across the brook nearby. Curiosity sparked. Min lifted his basket and followed the sound. The brook gurgled clearly, flowing over smooth stones, its water cool and bright as glass. He stepped carefully through, the water rising just to his ankles, before pushing aside the thick brush on the other side. What he saw made him stop short. There, lying in the grass beneath the leaves, was a small squirrel. Its fur was light. He could feel its weak breaths against his fingers, each rise and fall stirring something protective deep inside him. He sat there for a long while, the sounds of the forest wrapping around them both. He knew, with a certainty that tightened his chest, that if he left the squirrel there, it might not survive. Predators, hunger, or even the cold night would claim it. And yet, taking it home, could he really care for it? Min's eyes narrowed with resolve. He nodded faintly, as though making a promise to himself. Carefully, he placed the squirrel into his basket, arranging some dry leaves beneath it and covering it with a soft cloth to shield it from fear. Then, standing tall, he looked once more at the bush where he had found it, as though giving his word aloud. "I'll do my best to help you." And so, what began as an ordinary morning trip for fruits turned into something far more important. Hugging the basket gently against his chest, Min walked back across the brook and onto the familiar path. Shafts of sunlight filtered through the branches above, painting his determined face in gold and green. In his heart, something new had taken root. A bond, fragile but strong, between a boy and a small forest creature that now depended on him for survival.